Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to try and show you how to create a laser cut 3D puzzle. Okay, the first thing that you're going to need to do is go to and type in Google Inkscape download. Okay, we need to download this program and install download Inkscape. Right here, you go to Windows and you can go to 32-bit or 64-bit. If it's going to be on your Surface Go, it's going to be 32-bit. Just click it, download it, install it. It is free, and it is a great little program. Then what you need to do is you need to go to this website called 3axis.co, 3axis.co, and you can see all the different projects that you can do, and all of these are free. It's pretty neat stuff. If there's something other that you would want to do besides the puzzle, that's fine. Talk to me, let me know, and you could do some different things like these, the kids puzzle like this, little box, all kinds of fun little projects. We're going to go ahead and look for a puzzle though. I'm going to look for a 3D puzzle, because if I look for just a puzzle, it'll be a flat puzzle. And these are the 3D puzzles that we're looking at. You've seen, you've got something like this is in the display box. We also have the elephant that's in the display box. Some of these are really, really big. Some of them have way, way too many pieces. Like this fly right here looks like it would be kind of fun. We are limited by the size, like something like this would be too big, but we're also limited by the materials that we want to use. We're going to be using cardboard, and our cardboard is 3 millimeters thick. Well, what does that mean? That means that if I was going to download and install and get into this right here, the slots that I fit it together with have to be 3 millimeters wide, because they have to fit together with the thickness of the cardboard. And so I'm just going to keep going next and next and next. Here's a neat little helicopter. There is one that I was looking for. Matter of fact, this little toy dragon right here is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Now, with this, there's a certain two places that you need to download it. Don't click up here, but this is the toy dragon. What you do is you scroll down to the bottom right here and you click on this download right here. When you get here, you just click on this download and it will download into your downloads. Now, this is a DXF file. All right, DXF. Sometimes this file will open in Inkscape, sometimes it will not. So if I click on it and I try to open it, let me show you what it'll look like here, just a second. If I try to open it right here, this happens to be on here for me to be able to laser cut. I can scroll in right here, zooming in, this little part down here in the bottom right, and it's already set up for me to be able to be successfully cut out. Couple things that I need to do. First thing I need to do is make sure that all of these are truly red. Most of the time when you get it, it's going to be black. I don't want it to be black. It has to be true red, not just red, but true red. And I'm going to show you how to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the object, and I'm going to go up here to object, and I'm going to go into fill and stroke. This right here will either change, and I can fill all of it by clicking this and do different gradients of what I would want to fill it as, or the stroke, this right here for the stroke, this is going to change all the lines themselves. And if I look here, this is not true red. Okay, this is not true red. Let me show you what true red would look like right there. This right here, where it says 255 right there, shows true red. I need to make sure that this is 255. And then this right here needs to be 255. Okay. If it was black, then what it would look like is you would have, this would be all zeros. All right, this is most of the time when you get one pulled up, it'll look like this. Okay, and so you just need to go up here to this top one and change this to 255. All right. Now, the other thing that I need to worry about is I need to worry about the thickness. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in here. And remember, these are the slots that I'm going to be fitting my cardboard together in. And so if this does not happen to be 3 millimeters, and I need to look up here to units, I'm going to change this units to millimeters, and I'm going to measure from here down to here. All I'm doing is clicking and holding that button. And notice it is 3.79 millimeters, which is actually too big. So what I have to do is I have to grab all of it and I have to make it a little bit smaller. Okay? Most of the time when I do this, I have to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to select up here, I'm going to go up here to get the arrow, and I'm going to grab all of these again, and I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller. When you make it smaller, see, this is the width and this is the height. I need to click on this little arrow lock, or this little lock box, because I want it to be uniform. Okay. The other thing that I could do is I could also group it all, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Now, when I go in and measure right here, change place, click, hold it down, and it's still 3.75, so I didn't really change it a whole lot. Yep, still 3.75. So again, zoom out a little bit, and sometimes it is good. Oop, what happened there? Oh, yep, there we go. Zoomed in really far. So I'm going to make sure that this is locked. I'm going to go into millimeters here. Make it just a little bit smaller. What I was getting ready to say is that it is fine if it's a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger, because the thickness of the cardboard sometimes changes. Okay, zoom in a little bit. 3.61. You know what? I'm going to make it go down just a little bit more. Teeny tiny bit, but that's it. One more. Now, one of these that I did, it was super, super small. It was like teeny, 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 tiny. And I had to make it a lot bigger. Zoom in a little bit. 3.49. You know what? I think I'm good with that. I'm going to go ahead and keep that. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and save this file, save as. Now, I'm going to go through an example and show you exactly how to save this. But if you do not have the addition to where you can save it as this laser draw, don't worry about it. I'm going to show you guys how to do that, but if you're not able to do that, you don't need to worry about it. A couple things that you do need to worry about before you save is, first of all, will it fit on the page? Okay, so you grab all of it and look here at millimeters. The width is 211 millimeters wide, and then the height is 187. And our laser can cut 360 millimeters, actually more like 320 millimeters by 240 millimeters. So we've got some good space. If it would not do that and would not be the right size, what we have to do is go in and grab the different pieces and move them around so that they would fit onto our laser engraver. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to file, and I'm going to go to document properties. Actually, see if I can do this from here. Right click. I don't know. I don't see where it is. So I'm going to go ahead and go to document properties, and then I have to resize the page to the actual selection. So what that does is it changes the page size to this selection. Okay. Now what I can do is just File, Save As. You can save it as an SVG and I can convert it for you. Or if you go in here, you can save it. If you have this edition right here, you can go to Laser Draw and change the name. You're going to put your name. Dino. Mr. Haynes Dino. All right. I actually have a lot of my things already saved in different file. So I'm going to go to my different files, 3D puzzles. I'm going to save it here. Now notice here where it says vector cut. So vector cut is where it's going to be cutting it out. Vector cut, and then everything else is going to stay the same. It's going to export the red lines. That's why it needs to be red. So it's going to export the red lines. If it had black lines in here or blue lines in here, those are different kinds of cuts. And so I could actually do something where it is a red lines cut it out, and then a blue line would engrave it and cut into it a little bit by making little designs on the inside. Okay. The other thing that we want to look at is this right here. I want it to be 9.2 or newer. If yours is off a little bit, sometimes the laser does not communicate with it. So I'm going to go here and click OK. And then that should get it for me, and it should save it for me. And then I can just take that directly to the laser, because what I'm going to do is after you send that to me, I'm going to put it onto a SD card. You can see all the different things that I have here. Wherever you see this little deal right there, that is a cutout. All right, so I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to save it as LYZ Mr. Haynes Dino. But instead of saving it there, I would save it to your to the USB drive. It's actually USSB right there. All right. Here we go. It did not return an error. So anyway, it's just saying that it's at a different resolution, which it'll be fine. So anyway, that's how you do it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of cardboard that is this size. I'm going to put it into the laser, and that's it. So hopefully you guys learn how to do this. I will show you in class how to do this and get all the programs and all that stuff in a remote setting, and you just have to check to see. Now, like I said, if this was too big, we would have to do multiple cuts. For example, the dinosaur that I did, that was on 6 different pages, and so I had to copy and paste all of these into different pages in order for it to fit. So something you might want to think about if you want to do a really, really big one. It's a little bit more difficult. But if you are interested in doing that, let me know and we can make it happen. All right, guys. See you later.